I'll start that question, sir. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I'm Raymond from Megabytes.
Right.
So my question is for Antarex, anyone can answer, sir. Can you give a short lang what is Antarex is and the products you wanted to discuss today, sir?
Ako na? Okay. Hi, I'm Eric Lasiste. Antarex is a fully managed services company. So we are a regional company based in Singapore. So we started as an IT company selling anti-DDoS technology. But we felt na hindi kulang kasi yung off-the-shelf technology. That's why the company decided to build their own capability. So we started 2016 during that time. Continuously, we're developing until we have this managed SOC partnering with Ardent. So, and then with collaboration with research company in Singapore. So, siguro yun, papakita namin later during the presentation. So that's a short, I guess, discussion of how to answer the question.
So Antarex is very much a cybersecurity company that provides services using tools that we develop ourselves. So this is different from many other cybersecurity companies because what they offer are solutions that come off the shelf, especially from the big names, so-called big names from the West. But what Antarex has done from the very beginning was to develop its own solutions, its own tools. And not only to showcase the capabilities of what can be done, especially regionally, but it also is meant to address certain needs that can't be provided or addressed by other software vendors or makers. So what makes Antarex a bit unique is that we have evolved our solution from anti-DDoS to developing our own what we call intelligent network using threat intelligence embedded into the network solutions, and eventually it evolved into providing a managed SOC. In fact, what differs with your traditional SOC is that it covers a wider range of services from EDR, and not just your SIEM, but even your SOAR services. We have what we call active response, and continuous assessment, vulnerability assessment, embedded or built in. And again, it also incorporates the threat intelligence that we own, that we have ourselves. Normally, a cybersecurity provider or solutions provider would give you the tools, but then the client would also have to acquire the threat intelligence from other third parties. We actually have our own. We have over
1.7 million.
No, I think it's a lot more than that by now. Almost 2 million IOCs, which we have grown over the years. And so this puts us in a very unique position because we're one of the very few that not only offer services, but we also offer threat intelligence. Yeah.
Before anything else, can we simplify the things like, for example, what's the difference of cloud? What's the difference of a SOC and of premise-based? And what are your strengths in terms of these environments? We're talking about different plugins and security products. So, which is the core strength in terms of Antarex?
Okay. Since we own the platform, we can practically do it either on-prem, cloud, or hybrid. So I guess that's one of our key strengths, regardless of what is a customer preference, especially in the Philippines. It's data privacy, what do you call this? Yung terminology na sovereignty.
Yeah, sovereignty. Data sovereignty.
So, ang daming ganong requirement. So, we can cater to that preference.
I think the fact that we develop our own platform, it's hard to avoid the conversation where you're asked what products do you have. Antarex is not a product. It's a platform of services. We develop the platform using various tools that we also built on our own. There are different stacks that do certain things, and so we're not dependent on any third-party branded solution. Whether you know them. I'm not gonna mention them and not give them airtime, but that is to say, we because of this, we have the flexibility to integrate, whether it is an application on the cloud or whether you have something on-prem or it's in the data center somewhere. The platform allows for such flexibility at a much lower cost. And why I say lower cost is because since we code it ourselves and we're not dependent on third parties, so we don't have to pay anyone other than our developers and the people behind and the engineering side. So manpower that belong to us. And so this is one of the visions of the founders of Antarex, is to enable small to medium enterprises the access to enterprise telco grade solutions at a much affordable cost. So it is to say affordable to whether you're a small business or a mid-size or large, you'll have the same level of services available. Yeah.
We're not discriminating.
Yeah.
So we were not mentioned brands and competitors, but for example, on the technology side, you have SAEMs, VIPTs, firewalls, whatever. If the client already has in their premise, they would be able to work on your SOC.
Yes.
And if they don't have, you also have a brand that or service equivalent to that.
That's correct.
So how does the licensing work? Is it per user? Is it per connector, or is it just wondering, because Paul was saying it makes it affordable. So what is the strategy of Antarex in terms of this?
So for Antarex, the licensing scheme would be based on IP assets. So it's not based on the what you call this users. It's not based on the load capacity. It's based on the IP assets. So, if, for example, if you have only 50 IP assets that you want to be covered in the MSOC, you just purchase 50 IP asset licenses.
So basically,
So
you
very
can
simple.
cover multi-tenant, multi-location,
Yes.
and you can pull them in different countries using different telcos as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And others, normally the traditional pricing methods of other providers deal with log size and the traffic the flow, the capacity, which is one of the reasons why it also makes it less affordable for others. But and it's hard to budget. It's like gasoline. Maybe this month you spend 30 liters. Next month you need to spend 70 liters. Whereas in this case, how we've worked with Ardent, we've created a pricing scheme where it's just simply a fixed fee per asset all throughout. So that enables, even on the business side of any business, to forecast, to be able to project how much they actually can and need to spend. And so that makes it easier to plan ahead. So on the business sense, there's also a lot of advantages as well.
So we're talking about the partnership between Antarex and Ardent. So we'd just like to know how is Ardent onboarded already? Do they have the complete skill sets?
Yes.
What does Ardent provide? Do they have war rooms? Do they have isolation rooms? Can they get the services and go onto your site anytime, 24/7? Can they access your servers, or do they have to be on site?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrew De Jesus. I'm from Ardent Networks. Our partnership with Antarex began in 2024. The discussion basically began in 2024, simply because we saw the need to address a lot of SMEs' requirement for MSOCs. So that's why we traditionally, kasi si Ardent is a IT distributor. But simply because we wanted to address this need of the market, we ventured into this partnership. We saw the value of offering managed services, in particular security services, through our partner base to the customers. So we spent entire last year, 2025, on enhancing our skills, developing our own SOC in country, in our office in Pasig, and developing the expertise. So it's a 18-month journey from the time that we started partnership with Antarex. And continuously, the team undergoes training. We already have our certified SOC analysts and achieved our ISO for cybersecurity last January. So I would say that in terms of capability and confidence, we are ready to support our customers and our resellers' customers. You want to add anything?
Just to add to what Andrew said. By the way, I'm Glenn Soledad, and thank you for continuing services from Ardent. So just to add what Andrew said, our learning for the SOC analysts is continuous. Doesn't mean that we already have certifications that we just stop there. Okay, so it's a continuous process. Right now, last January we achieved the ISO 27001 certification, but planning ahead, we also want to get other certifications relevant to the concepts and services. So it's already in our pipeline.
I think one thing I just wanted to highlight earlier, as you mentioned, if a company or existing client already has, say, a firewall, or they have EDR solution in place, what we provide is not meant to replace, but to augment or to support. So there's no replacement necessary unless the client decides, hey, I want to change this. And that's where the collaboration with Ardent comes in. Again, we're a provider of services built into a platform. If you need a new firewall, you talk to Ardent. And that firewall will likely be monitored by the same solution that Antarex has developed, monitored by Ardent as well, providing the MSOC services. So that's also one of the things that can get lost in the discussion, because oftentimes they think it's a product and it's meant to replace. No, we are not here to be replacing. But of course, Ardent would be glad to replace whatever solutions need replacing. But at the same time, enhance the value by providing services that secure the network and the devices that are acquired from them.
So, Paul, for example, the standard companies, they hire people, they train people, they segregate a data center, there's electricity, and there's so on. What is the compelling reason why they should move to Antarex? Is it something that would be beneficial in terms of lesser manpower, lesser current consumption, and so on?
Yeah, sure. I think the biggest, not just locally but globally, the reason why there's an uptake or an increasing rise in managed services, or whether it be managed services for a certain function, and let's be specific, if it's security, cybersecurity, is bottom line is always cost. There's always a cost factor that is a key determining factor as to why companies would rather switch, so that they can focus on their core business. And so they would have a company like Ardent who would come in and take care of that critical function in a business, because that's their expertise, so to speak. They're practitioners of this, and so therefore they would have the abilities. They would even go to the extent of training the people and make sure that they have a team ready. Whereas in other companies, they'd have to set up departments, they would have to set up this and have all this in place, certifications, and having to invest in certifications. Whereas this is something that's already available in the market. So I think that the intent is to simplify and make it easier for customers to focus on something else that they would rather focus on.
Anjo, thank you for giving me a first look on their data center. I'd just like to know what is the certification of your data center, because it is crucial for clients to find out now, are you disaster ready? Are you brownout ready? Are you flood ready?
As of today, we have achieved the ISO 27001. That's just the start. We're gearing up for the next certification, which is the SOC
SOC 2.
Type 2. And ISO 9001. So in terms of the people certification, I think Glenn would be able to expound more on our team's.
For data center specific certifications, we have, I'm not sure if you're familiar, it's called the CDCP, Certified Data Center Professionals, and we have the CDCS, Certified Data Center Specialists.
That's for the people. How about yung classification and data centers? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4?
For the data centers,
Yes.
currently with ISO 27001, they don't classify it that way, but it's already included in the when they do the assessment that our data center is like secure. It has data redundancy, and it can support data retention.
Or redundancy also.
Yes.
So that's
So they check the
UPS.
generators, all of those. They have to.
It's
So before
also-
we can pass that 27001, they have to
How
assess.
about the telco agnostic? Is it agnostic to any telco that coming in? So you
Yeah,
have
it is.
all of
Because
it.
we are
Yeah.
right now we are using multiple ISPs for redundancy.
that's
So if
please-
one ISP is down, we can fall back to another.
That's tier 3. That should be tier 2.
And it's load balanced.
Tier 3.
And your Cebu data center.
We have currently we are renovating our single office, but and once that's done, we're going to locate our DR site there.
It's probably your
Yeah.
sa
Sorry.
sa IT Park.
IT
May
Park.
office sila doon.
Ano ba?
Cebu Exchange.
So Anjo, as a distributor, what's your go-to-market to bring in Antarex to the enterprise?
Well, for now, that's the reason why we're doing this launch, and we have invited over 20 partners since we have been in distribution for the longest time. So we thought of tapping our channel partners as the go-to-market. Okay, since a lot of them we identified are strong in certain verticals. Some are strong in public sector, some are strong in education, etc. And we saw that the public sector requirement for managed SOC is growing, as well as certain SMEs, simply because they have the challenge of creating the expertise in managing their own SOC, plus, of course, the cost of maintaining one. So by opting for an MSOC type of service, as Paul has mentioned, they can focus more on their respective businesses rather than focus on the security side. So we will handle the security side for them while they stay focused on their business. So still our go-to-market is our channel partners.
Eric, we were talking about data privacy a while ago na punto tayo. So, how are we aligning with the governing rules of
Okay.
Data Privacy Act?
So we built the platform to accommodate this framework. We call it framework, like the PCI, ISO,
CDSS.
GDPR.
GDPR.
It's embedded in the platform. So all the users can do is just align to what the report they wanted to use. So no need to.
So your clients also have access to the tools in reporting and
Yeah.
managing them.
Yes, they will have. It's a multi-tenant kaya may dashboard per customer.
Okay.
Regarding the GMS, acquisition of around 97% of how's the current product offering with both Antarex and GMS?
Well, I think it's been a very promising journey. That hasn't been over a year yet, but we're seeing a lot of traction in terms of how our value position in the market has also been enhanced, because now when we approach customers who are looking for, shall we say, red team services, we can confidently say that we do provide, and we have, in fact, one of the best in the region. LGMS has been recognized, even Gartner recognized as being the top, especially in terms of VAPT and DFIR. So For Antarex, it has been a very advantageous addition. So we can actually go to a customer and say we can cover a wider spectrum of services from red to blue team requirements. And the same goes for LGMS because given their footprint in the Malaysian market and in other parts of Southeast Asia, they can do the same now because they encounter customers where there are requirements for an MSOC, and they say, of course, for them, they can position themselves either as the value add or they are the main offering and the MSOC from Antarex becomes the value add. So far it has been working well, and we're confident that such a collaboration, such a partnership will go a very long way, especially as the market starts to open up, both here in the Philippines and in other parts of the region.
Thank you very much. We're good.
So, talking about Dark Shield, no? Well, I hope you later on we're gonna showcase a new solution. It's a testament to the innovative nature of Antarex in collaboration with Ardent. And one of the things that make us different again is that we work with our clients as well. It's not enough to say that we provide whatever we provide that they ask for, but part of our success story is actually understanding their business needs even further to encourage us and even give us ideas on what we could do, what we can develop. There's a big part of Antarex in Malaysia and Singapore that deal with development. As Eric mentioned earlier, we have partnerships with Singaporean universities and even with the government to develop new solutions. And not just to be satisfied with what's there. We're not trying to build a better firewall or the better EDR. We're actually trying to come up with something new. In fact, as you will see later, Dark Shield is an entirely new solution in and of itself. There's no segment in the industry where you could put it in because it's that new. So we're trying to define also additional security segments. No? So there are many ways to describe it. It could be described as the firewall to the firewall. The way I would describe it for anyone to understand, at least for those who are familiar with cars, yan ang PPF sa kotse. So and that's what it does. It enhances. It in fact is like similar to what you call preemptive. There's a sense of preemptiveness in terms of how it protects a network. And so later on, not to spoil anything, that you'll be able to hear that.
That's a product of collaboration.
And Ardent is our exclusive distributor for this solution. It's very new. It's an easy entry solution to any company, and also again it is at a price point that becomes affordable and practical. Okay.
Come to think of it, when you say about cybersecurity hub, think of countries like US, UK, Israel, maybe China, but it's a different story. In ASEAN region, we don't have cybersecurity hub, and that's why Cybersecurity Agency of Singapore started this journey, and we're proud to be part of it. We have access to their research, collaboration. That's why, as Paul mentioned, we're not just really selling you products that are mainstream. We are creating new technology to address this growing threat. So I guess this is one of our main differentiator. We're not just another managed software. We're creating new.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope we're able to address and why we are different.
Siguro, if I may add, no, since Paul mentioned about Dark Shield, so since it's a hardware, but it is not sold in the market as a box, it is sold as a service.
As a service, right?
So what our value proposition now to our resellers or prospective partners is that we're gearing away from the traditional ways, selling just a box,
Yeah.
then leaving your customer. We're selling a platform.
So MSSP.
Yes, and this will be at least a recurring value to the customer and to the partner.
Yeah.
So, mas predictive siya. Kasi the more that you sell service, mas ma-predict mo yung revenue mo in the long run. And it also addresses the the challenge of obsolescence sa mga hardware.
Yeah.
Since it's a CPE, anything happens to it after 1, 2, 3 years, we just replace the box and you continue the service. So yun yung pinaka-different.
Thank you very
Good.
much.
Thank you.
All right. So
Thank
much.
you for your time.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Good.